Hey, welcome to day 3 of setting up your notebook. On day 2, we talked about taping this down, and I don't know if you can tell, see how it kind of looks shiny. It's got just strips of packing tape covering the whole front cover, and we do that to protect this because you're going to be using this every day in class, and you don't want this to get dirty and fall off and ripped and everything, and so that just protects it really well, and it'll last all semester when we do this. So today's chore is the first chore for today is to cut tabs. In the example that I showed you, we have tabs here that have the different categories, and so you can quickly find if you need a formula, you can just use the tabs to find where you're going fairly quickly. So we want to cut those tabs in today. So, the old saying, measure twice and cut once. Just make sure that you know what you're doing before you start cutting. There are always is going to be mistakes here and there, and we can generally fix them. You have a list. You were given a list in class of the tabs that you're cutting. If you do not have the list, if you were not in class or you didn't get the list in class on our class website, when you go into the problem or the notebook setup, then you probably clicked on that link to get to this video. Well, underneath the link to get you to this video, you have the list of these tabs and how you're cutting them. Okay, the first one says on page tab to cut to, on page 7, cut to the first blue tab, or the first blue line. I guess it's getting late. So we're going to go to page 7, and we're going to cut on the first blue line. And what we're going to do is you're going to cut on the top blue line over to the red line. You can kind of see the red line from the back. So you're going to cut through the first blue line and then cut that page all the way down that red line that's right there. Okay, so see, you've got the blue line, the first blue line, and then all the way down that red line you're going to cut. Then the next one says page 9 is the third blue line. So then we're going to go to page 9, and you're going to go down to the third blue line, and you're going to cut it straight across to that red margin line. So the third blue line, 1, 2, 3, over and down. So you can already tell pretty quickly what's going on here. There's page 7 in your first tab, page 9, and your next tab. And then we're going to go pages 11 through 15 to the 5th line. So we're going to go down to the 5th blue line. So starting on the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th blue line, cut over and down. And we're going to do that on pages 11 through 14. So basically 2 sheets of paper, 11 and 13. And you are going to go to the 5th blue line and then cut down that red line on those 2 pages. And we can just do those both at one time. Then we have the next set is page 15 through 22, and we're going to the 7th line. So go to page 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're going to go over and down, and we want to do page 15, 17, 19, and 21. And again, we can probably do those. That's 4 sheets of paper. I can cut that. These 4. So all of those are cut there. So this is why I told you to put your numbers at the top and not the bottom, because if you put them at the bottom, you end up cutting them away. Okay, and so that's the 7th blue line. So we're going to go to the 9th blue line for pages 23 through 28. So page 23, 25, and 27, which 28 is the back of 27. So of those 3 pages, we're going to go down to the 9th blue line and cut those all the way down. And that takes care of that tab. And then on page 29 through 64, we're going to go to the 11th line. And cut down, and I'm not going to do that with all those pages right now, just for the sake of time. But 29 through 64 then will be like this. Now, we are going to glue in a couple of things, but before we do, I keep scratching my nose and itching. I'll show you, my daughter's getting married. My kitchen has turned into the hydrangea drying place. There are hydrangeas all over the place here drying, and I think they are just wreaking havoc with allergies. Here is the table of contents that we're going to put in. So this will give you what we're doing on each of these main pages. So if you are not here in class or you don't have this list, you may want to pause your video right here and write these down on this page. You should have gotten this page in class. If you did not, then when you get to class, you can get this page and fill it out. And we're going to glue it in. But not only are we going to fill this out and glue it in, we're going to put these on our tabs. So starting on page 7, like this page 7, you need to write textbook information right here. And then the next tab is page 9, and it needs to say table of contents on this little part here. And then tomorrow or the next video we'll talk about decorating the pages. But each of these tabs should have what they are on them so that it ends up looking like this. You have table of contents, assignment list, and so on written on the tabs, as well as then decorated. But for today, we're just making the tabs. Don't worry about decorating them just yet. So this table of contents page 9 is the table of contents title page. So that is where it'll be decorated, but you're actually going to glue this onto page 10. Okay, you want to glue this onto page 10. And if you're going to write on it, you need to write on it. If you want to go ahead and do those, you need to write before you glue. Once you glue, it's very hard, it's almost impossible to write on the pages when the glue is wet. After it dries, it's a little easier to do, but it is crinkly. And while we're talking about glue, I use Elmer's glue or liquid glue. I don't use glue sticks. Some people use glue sticks for these, but the people I have seen, my students that have used glue sticks, things just fall out when they use glue sticks. Eventually, the pages just start to fall out. So here's your table of contents glued in to page 10. Okay, that's hard to tell because my mind is kind of bleeding through, but this is page 9 where you will decorate eventually. And again, you can kind of see how it's humpy where I've glued this in. So then when you decorate, you'll be drawing on top of that glue that's there. So that, it's something you want to let that dry really well before you draw on it. Or if you know you're going to draw detail, you may want to just not glue this yet until you decorate that page. And then next we have notebook guidelines that we're going to glue in. This is kind of like your syllabus in that it is two-sided, and you're going to fold it in half. And this is going to glue on the back of your pocket onto page 6. On the back of your pocket on page 6. And once you fold it, you have all of this information that we've talked about in class, so you need to read over that. Basically, it's just some information about your notebook and what I expect from your notebook. Just remember, this is your notebook. It's for you. I can already do this stuff, so you're not doing a notebook for me. You're doing it for yourself. So make it neat, make it something you can read, and make it something that you can be proud of your work. On the inside, there is a rubric. When I grade your notebook, this is similar to what your rubric will look like. It'll be a little bit different because I put more details in, as far as I'll list for you which pages need to be in your notebook that I'm grading for. The first grade will be just for the setup of your notebook, but then after that, it'll be each unit, and do you have everything in there that you need. So this then will get glued down to page 6. And so here is your pocket that we made from pages 3 through 5. And on the back of that, on page 6, we're just going to glue these notebook guidelines down. And then you'll have, when it's getting close to time to turn in your notebook, you'll have the things that I'm looking for. You know, are you being accurate? Are you filling out the notes? Are you filling in your table of contents? In each unit, there's just one more thing to write down on the table of contents. It's not real complicated. Have you actually attached the papers to your notebook? We don't want them loose and falling out. And have you attached them to the correct page? This has review work. This section where we put extra, I didn't title it review work this time. I titled it various information or various helps. You know, do you have all of that done? Are you being neat? Those are the things that you're going to be graded on your notebook. Okay? So this is the end of day 3, and the next day that we're going to do is talk about decorating those title pages. So I hope you're keeping up with your notebook, because it'll be difficult to do it all at one time at the end. It's easier to do just a little bit each day and keep up. So I hope you're getting proud of your notebook and making it something that you can enjoy. I'll see you next time.